Greetings, Dan here. So I've just saw on my phone a report talking about a possible tea shortage here in the UK. There we are. So I thought I'd share something with you here. Now this is a tea plant, Camellia sinensis, and I've owned this plant for about 5 years. Got it growing in this lovely container here. So there is a huge misconception that you cannot grow tea here in the UK, and I'm telling you that you indeed can, at least in this part of the UK. This is USDA Zone 8B. So I have actually read that this plant can be tolerant of temperatures down to about -10°C, maybe even colder than that. That's about 14 degrees Fahrenheit. So this will take any cold that the weather's going to throw at it round here in this part of the UK. So I don't know if this particular bush, shrub, tree, whatever you want to call it, has taken a temperature that cold round here, but it certainly has had about -6°C with no real problems at all, and that's about 21 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm very confident I'll be owning this tree, shrub, bush, whatever, for a very long time. Now, one potential possible problem that you sometimes get is after frosts you get like little sort of leaf damage to the leaves, but they bounce back from that, put new leaves out, and I don't consider that a problem. And one way that I help to negate that a little bit is I've got it in a relatively sheltered location here up against the fence, and it is a residential area here as well. So certainly can grow your own tea plant. They do like an acidic ericaceous growing medium of about 4.5 to 5.5 pH. I don't worry too much about it. I've never tested the acidity of the growing medium I've got in here. They like a fertile but yet well draining growing medium. They don't want to be sitting in too much water, but all in all very, very easy to grow. And I've actually had or made myself some green tea from this, basically by stewing some leaves in some boiling water. I'm sure there's a more sort of what's the term, better method of doing it than that, but as this tree gets bigger I will get more into growing my own tea. These can get, I've read, up to about 2 meters high, 6.5 feet. That's probably growing in the ground. I don't know how big it'll get in this pot. And they like plenty of rainfall, plenty of water, so you want to be aiming, if you can, well, it says they like an area to grow in an area where you get about 100 centimeters of water rainfall a year, about 40 inches. So this is actually, I've been growing this in this area where we have had some rather dry summers, very little rainfall at all. So you want to make sure you give it plenty of water, rainwater if you can, because tap water tends to be more acidic, so you can water it with your watering can from your water butt. Good plan. If you want to be a bit more concerned about the acidity of the growing medium, here I have 2 feeds. I'm not affiliated with any companies, nothing like that. I'm getting no money from showing you this. This is genuine stuff. Grow Short, ericaceous plant food. There we are. And this one here is an organic one. Or at least, yes it is, organic based biostimulant and feed. I personally prefer this one, so that's very good indeed. This one here, if I remember correctly, I can remember the company in which I got it from. I think it was off of Amazon. I've had a look. They still seem to be available. About £22, I think, for 2 plants. They're small plants, but they grow. After 5 years, this is this size. You get lovely flowers around January, February time, or December, January time, depending on the wherefores. But yeah, you can grow your own tea in the UK if you've got a garden or an allotment or a place, you know, if you don't have a garden at all, or you just have a little porch courtyard garden, you consider growing one in a pot. And you know what, would be tempted to maybe even try and grow one, you know, inside the house, just to give it a whirl. You always can try these things, but best to do a bit of research and find out what they really like. Anyway, Camellia sinensis, there you go. And comments, questions, if you've got anything you can add to this video, please feel free to post in the comments section below. And if you go on the internet, you'll see that there are tea plantations here in the UK. I think it said Cornwall and Scotland as well. And Scotland generally gets far colder winters, by my understanding anyway, than we do round here in the southeast. So Camellia sinensis tea plant, You want to grow your own tea. You can make green tea from this, you can make black tea. You can learn about how you process it to make different teas. Worth doing. Thanks for your time. See you soon.